So with the help of this guy and his extremely good videos, I was able to learn how to make an AI and make it drive a car. He also gave this link in the GitHub, which helped quite a lot. And this is the program that I made using that. See this very long program. I know most of these stuff, like not all of them, but most of them. I learned them due to his videos. It was kind of new for me, but took enough time for me to learn it. This is the program it makes, by the way. It's a car that moves around and learns what to do. The car wants to stay alive for as long as possible, and for that, it will spend quite a lot of time. But eventually, the car will just start to loop around like this car. And so I'm going to just draw a line over here because I don't like that. So we are going to do that, and let's restart. So the car has to learn a new way now. So it's going and going, it is going and just keeping on bumping into the wall, and it goes and goes. It's just keeping on going, and you see it still wants to try, but it kind of can't loop because of the sharp cuts and stuff, and it's going into the wall because it cannot do what it tried last time. This time it ain't going to be that easy. Oh, that car almost went the whole loop. You see this car that just went so much. Yeah, the video speed that I made is like extremely long. I mean fast. Why did I say long? So yeah, they're going so fast. Okay, so of course this wasn't working, and I spent a lot of time, and it was just not working and not working. I was thinking maybe I should just give up, but after that suddenly, okay, maybe not so suddenly, maybe like a bit later. By the way, of course this is a voiceover, and the I'm just waiting for it to happen because I edited this thing like a hell of a long time ago. I should probably censor a lot of words in this. Oh, this car, yes. So now it's circling around this place, and of course, oh, by the way, this is how I made the shapes and stuff. I basically did that, and then erased the sides to make less sharp corners. And yeah, you can see how I did all of those. All right, so since that car looped around, I kind of don't like that. So I made a line over here again. Now let's restart this. So it's gonna try to find a new way now. See, it is trying its best to find a new way, but it can't because it's a dumb AI. Tries and tries, generation after generation, generation after every generation. Yeah, I made the speed go up a bit faster over here because it's getting a bit long. The video is like 11 minutes and more, so it goes and goes and goes and goes. That car just decided to loop around. Yes, so great. There's a third loop over here. So that was great. Now the way that the thing that I was thinking was maybe if I make the lines a bit smaller and smaller width and stuff for the moving, maybe the program will get a bit faster. So also it's 15 generations to get to that. Also this is the thing that's moving. It's like a car kind of. And also I changed a few other things as well that I don't really want to explain. Also the generation amount, I reduced that as well. So now, yeah, since that moved, I don't like that. I'm gonna block that path and save it, and let's go another generation. I mean species. Yeah, apparently I changed maybe something that I shouldn't have because the car was after that just going straight and dying without any progress, like zero progress almost. Just dying again and again. Like almost nothing was happening. Yeah, I could have sped up this part a bit more, but I just decided not to for some reason. I think it's better to see how annoying this part was. Yeah, so after that, I decided to rechange the stuff, rotational velocity, that was important, an important bit. That did kind of nothing. It might have helped like a very, very tiny bit, but it again didn't do much. I sped up this part at least because again it wasn't doing much. Generation after generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. Yeah, so this corner is a bit too sharp. The cars, they, because of the slow rotational velocity, they kind of can't cut very fast. So clearly that part needs to be trimmed. Other than that, I think yeah, you see this part that needs to be trimmed, so I trimmed that, and now it should go a bit better after a few generations, of course, because this AI is extremely like zero level intelligence. After quite a lot of generations, like quite a hell of a lot of generations, I noticed that maybe the settings that I did was kind of weird. So the cars are going extremely fast right now because the amount of generations with less progress was a lot. And yeah, they're going and going and going. This part kind of made me rethink this whole thing because it didn't look like it wanted to loop around. Then I also changed the amount of generations, of course, but that only reduced the speed by quite a lot. Like a single round of this was maybe 20 seconds or more. Anyway, so generation after generation, the cars were just kind of not working as they were, and they were also going into walls. Yeah, let's just have a moment to see how much time it takes. Now, I promise this isn't a slowed version; it is the real time. You see how slowly the cars move, and let's just wait this out. And boop, now the as that was extremely slow, so I decided to add a line, and I also decided to move to screen recorder of the computer, and also I decided to show you the number of generations right over here. There's the generations, fourth right now, and so on. So right now the progress was kind of okay, but also not non-existent. They were dying again and again, 7 generation, 8 generation, just moving on. Right now I had kind of left it so to just do what it wanted to do, and then finally I added a line and a few more lines and fattened up a few lines, and then I changed some other settings as well. I made lines bigger so they would see further, and after that it seemed kind of okay. Right now my goal was this thing going backwards the whole round. That's like the longest loop it has ever done. So of course the only thing left to do right now was to remove all the lines, like all of them, every single one of them, and make more lines and more lines, and make a whole new track for this car. So I just decided to do that. I made like a whole zigzag track. You can clearly see by me putting some lines over here and there. This track, my idea of this track was that it's supposed to be as long as possible and with as less cuts as possible, because since this AI is extremely vulnerable to sharp cuts, it just can't. Yeah, also the AI just decided to move through the wall for some reason which was weird, so I decided to fatten up this line, and then less of them would go through them. So this AI was struggling extremely in the first part, but there was actually one good thing about this. The good thing about this was that this was the sharpest and the most problematic part. See, if it can go through here, it can go through pretty much everywhere. A single AI going through that part can just beat the whole game. Other than this part, that part also has apparently a very sharp turn, which it probably won't ever make through. So yeah, a few generations were kind of trying their best by having as many generations, but none of them kind of succeeded. So I decided to make the path a bit easier for the AI because, again, it's a very stupid AI. I made things like I basically spoon fed the AI and fattened up quite a lot of stuff because they were going through the walls. And finally, we are left with this structure, which, of course, the AI won't be able to pass, right? This is the first generation, and the second, and with the third generation, not much has happened, but four generations. That's all it takes this AI to learn how to go through this whole map. Yeah, this took a hell of a long time in editing and everything, so I just decided to end this. Goodbye.